In our previous videos, we had defined open balls and open sets. So naturally, the question comes into our mind, is there something like closed ball or closed sets? So in this video, we are going to define closed ball and closed sets, and we will see certain examples of closed ball as well as closed sets. So let's define the term closed ball first. So suppose xd is your metric space. That means x is the non-empty set and d is a metric on your set x. Then for x in x and a positive real number r, closed ball bxr denoted by this symbol b in close bracket x comma r is defined as set of all those elements in my metric space x whose distance from x is less equal r. If we want to emphasize the metric which we are using, so many a time instead of bxr we use the notation b suffix d xr. This is to emphasize the metric which we are using. If you remember, open ball centered at x of radius r was defined as set of all elements y in my metric space x whose distance from x is strictly less than r. But in closed ball, we have included the possibility of distance being equal to r. Let's see few examples. In our first example, say my set x is set of real numbers r and my metric d is usual metric. That means distance between 2 points x comma y in r is mod x minus y. And let x belong to x and r be positive real number. I want to find out how my closed ball centered at x of radius r in my set of real numbers will look. So an element, say y, belong to closed ball bxr if and only if, by definition, distance between x and y is less equal r. But distance is absolute value function of y minus x. That means you have this is possible if and only if mod of y minus x is less equal r. This is possible if and only if minus r is less equal y minus x is less equal r by properties of absolute value function. And then this is possible if and only if x minus r is less equal y and y is less equal x plus r. This implies that my y is an element of closed interval x minus r comma r, x plus r. So you can say this is possible if and only if y belongs to closed interval x minus r comma x plus r. That means you can say closed ball centered at x of radius r in set of real numbers is closed interval x minus r comma x plus r. Let's see few more examples. Say now my x is r2 and my distance d or the metric d is Euclidean metric, and say the point x which I am choosing is say 0 comma 0, and let r be any positive real number. Now I want to find out how my closed ball will look. So again, an element, say y equal to y1 comma y2 belongs to closed ball centered at x of radius r if and only if distance between x and y is less equal r. But my distance is Euclidean metric, so this is possible if and only if square root of y1 minus 0 square plus y2 minus 0 square is less equal r. And then squaring you can get this is possible if and only if y1 minus 0 square plus y2 minus 0 square is less equal r square. This you can write it as y1 square plus y2 square is less equal r square. That means you can say your closed ball BXR is equal to set of all elements y1 comma y2 in R2 such that y1 square plus y2 square is less equal r square. And geometrically what does it represent? It represents circle centered at x of radius r. So geometrically it's a circle centered at x. Here your point x is 0 comma 0. So circle centered at x of radius r, and not only the boundary of circle, it also includes interior of the circle. This is your B0 r. Similarly, if say x is any general point x1 comma x2 in R2 and D is Euclidean metric and R is any positive real number, then what will be our closed ball centered at x of radius r? Element y equal to y1 comma y2 belongs to closed ball centered at x of radius r if and only if distance between x and y is less equal r. As in the last case, you can say this is possible if and only if square root of x1 minus y1 square plus x2 minus y2 square is less equal r. Taking the square, you can say this is possible if and only if x1 minus y1 square plus x2 minus y2 square is less equal r square. Therefore, you can say closed ball centered at x of radius r is equal to set of all those points y1 comma y2 in R2 such that x1 minus y1 square plus x2 minus y2 square is less equal r square. Geometrically, it represents set of points inside and on the circle centered at x and of radius r. Now let's try to find out closed unit ball in R2 with respect to three different metrics. So your x is R2. Say first metric is D1, that is your taxi cab metric or sum metric. Second is your Euclidean metric, say D2. And third is your sup metric D infinity. We want to find out closed ball centered at 0 of radius 1 in R2 with respect to these three metrics. So let's start with the first metric, that is D1. So an element y1 comma y2 belongs to B01, that means closed ball centered at 0 of radius 1 if and only if distance between 0 comma 0 and y1 comma y2 is less equal 1. This is your taxi cab metric or sum metric. That means by definition of this metric, this is possible if and only if mod of y1 minus 0 plus mod of y2 minus 0 is less equal 1. This is possible if and only if mod y1 plus mod y2 is less equal 1. Therefore, you can say closed unit ball with respect to metric D1 in R2 is collection of all the points y1 comma y2 in R2 such that mod of y1 plus mod of y2 is less equal 1. Now what does it represent geometrically? So let's try to see it. So you try to plot 4 lines. What are those 4 lines? See, mod of y1 can be y1 if y1 is positive and it is minus y1 if y1 is negative. Similarly, y2, mod y2 is y2 if y2 is greater than 0 and mod y2 is minus y2 if y2 is less than 0. So depending on that, we have 4 equations. One equation is say y1 plus y2 equal to 1, minus y1 plus y2 equal to 1, y1 minus y2 equal to 1 and minus y1 minus y2 equal to 1. So you try to plot these 4 straight lines. So y1 plus y2 equal to 1, this straight line passes through. If you take y1 as 0, y2 will be 1, and if you take y2 as 0, y1 will be 1. So it passes through 1, 0 and 0, 1. So you can say this is this straight line passes through 1, 0 and 0, 1. Then minus y1 plus y2. So if y1 is 0, y2 is plus 1. If y2 is 0, y1 is minus 1. So it passes through 0 comma 1 and minus 1 comma 0. So you can say this is this straight line. It passes through 0 comma 1 and minus 1 comma 0. Then you have y1 minus y2 equal to 1. So if y1 is 0, your y2 will be minus 1. And if y2 is 0, y1 will be 1. So it passes through 1 comma 0 and 0 comma minus 1. So this is this straight line 1, 0 and 0 comma minus 1. Then minus y1 minus y2 equal to 1. So if y1 is 0, y2 is minus 1. If y2 is 0, y1 is minus 1. So this is this straight line passing through minus 1 comma 0 and 0 comma minus 1. Now your closed unit ball is collection of all the points such that mod y1 plus mod y2 is less equal 1. That means it is set of all the points lying inside and on this diamond. So you have got your closed unit ball with respect to metric D1. Let's try to find out with respect to metric D2, that is your Euclidean metric. So second, so you have y1 comma y2 belong to closed unit ball with respect to metric D2 if and only if D2 of 0 comma 0 with y1 comma y2 is less equal 1. That means this is possible if and only if square root of y1 minus 0 square plus y2 minus 0 square is less equal 1. And after squaring you will have this is possible if and only if y1 square plus y2 square is less equal 1. That means geometrically what does it represent? It represents set of all points inside and on the circle centered at 0 of radius 1. So if you draw this circle centered at 0 of radius 1, then set of all points on the circle and inside the circle gives you the closed unit ball centered at 0 of radius 1 in R2 with respect to the metric D2. That means it is collection of all the points y1 comma y2 in R2 such that y1 square plus y2 square is less equal 1. This was about the Euclidean metric. Now let's try to find out with respect to the sup metric, that is D infinity. So third one, So an point y1 comma y2 belongs to BD infinity 0 comma 1, that means closed unit ball with respect to the metric D infinity in R2 if and only if D infinity of 0 comma 0 and y1 comma y2 is less equal 1. This is possible if and only if supremum of mod y1 minus 0 comma mod y2 minus 0 is less equal 1. This is possible if and only if supremum of mod y1 comma mod y2 is less equal 1. Now what does it represent? If supremum is less equal 1, that means both mod y1 and mod y2 are less equal 1. Again, if y1 is positive, mod y1 will be y1, and if y1 is negative, mod y1 will be minus y1. Similarly, if y2 is positive, mod y2 is y2. If y2 is negative, mod y2 is minus y2. So depending on that, you have four things. Y1 say equal to 1, minus y1 equal to 1, y2 equal to 1, minus y2 equal to 1. Let's try to see it geometrically. If you try to plot graph of these four lines, say y1 equal to 1, that means this is this straight line passing through 1 comma 0. Then if minus y1 equal to 1, that means it's the straight line passing through minus 1 comma 0. Then y2 equal to 1, so it's a straight line, you can say, passing through 0 comma 1. And minus y2 equal to 1 means it's a straight line passing through 0 comma minus 1. So it's a square, and condition is supremum of mod y1 and mod y2 less equal 1. That means both mod y1 and mod y2 are less equal 1. So your closed unit ball with respect to metric D infinity is set of all points inside this square and on this square. So you can say BD infinity 0 comma 1 is set of all points y1 comma y2 in R2 such that supremum of mod y1 and mod y2 is less equal 1. Now after this example, I'll just quickly give you one observation. Our open ball BXR was defined as set of all elements y in X such that distance between X and Y is strictly less than R, where of course our XD was metric space. That means X with respect to this metric D. So XD was metric space. And closed ball BXR is defined as set of all elements y in X such that distance between X and Y is less equal R. So by comparing these two definitions, you can easily observe that open ball centered at X of radius R is always a subset of closed ball centered at X of radius R.